Hi, everybody. So I didn't get a chance to get on yesterday, and that's the thing about plans, right? So we make plans, and I had totally had a plan to get on and do a reading for you folks early in the morning, at least yesterday. But things didn't work out that way, and that's just one of the reasons why we can't get really uptight about, or why we shouldn't really get so uptight about how long this whole thing is taking, you guys, because in a New York minute, things change. Somebody makes a move, something happens, and everything changes, right? So I just wanted to say that just as a reminder to everybody that, you know, the way we maneuver in this world, we can get up in the morning with a set plan, and there are things that throw a monkey wrench into that plan, and it just is what it is. And I know a lot of times people are getting really uptight. I get uptight. We all do. Like, we just want to get this show on the road. But you know what? Today's plan doesn't always work out the way we planned, right? And that's fine, because if it didn't work out the way we planned, then it worked out at least the way it was meant. That's how I look at it, right? So, anyway, I just wanted to say that. So I had been asked to look into the Bible, and I'd been asked to look into the Catholic Church and to find out if all of those truths and whatnot would come out, and had the Bible been manipulated and whatnot. And that's not, and I was going to do that, but my intuitiveness said not to do that today. So through my intuition, I just got, don't do that today. So through my intuition said, get a basic rundown on where have we been in the near past, where are we right now, and where will we be in the near future. And so that's where this reading started, and I'm going to start reading that to you so that you all can see where we've been in the near past. So in the near past, we had an imbalance in our Pentacles earthly pleasures section, right? And so that was in the near past. There was a huge imbalance there, okay? So right next to that, we have our strategy card. So there was a huge imbalance in our earthly pleasure section, which can be our finances, right? And that was done strategically, okay? And that has ended. That has come to pass in our near past. Whether or not we know it, that has ended. So where are we right now? So right now we're going through a death and a rebirth. We're in the midst of a war, and information has come up, and more information will come up. So that's where we're at right now. We're learning information, okay? And this is a passionate war, and we're literally going through like a death and a rebirth phase. It's a spiritual awakening. It's the great awakening. That really is a death. You really do go through a death with that. And so this imbalance was done strategically, but now it's ended. That was in our near past. This is where we're at right now. So in our near future, this is interesting, right? So in our near future, moving forward, the world over is going to be highly emotional. And we're going to be focused on those emotions. It's going to be a very emotional time. So I said, all right, well, can you give me a story around the emotional time, okay? So then I came over here, and here's our story around what's creating all of these emotions. So we're going to be coming into a time of healing. We're going to be healing information that we've found out was wrong and not true, and we're going to have to go through a great amount of healing disappointments because of the tricks and the untruths that we've been told, right? So that's going to be highly emotional as we heal this situation. We also have things that we're going to be celebrating. There's going to be things like marriages and mergers. So I don't know if companies are going to be coming together, if new systems are going to be coming together, but we're going to be highly emotional in a good way, right? Celebrating these new things that have joined together, high frequency things here on the journey. So that leads me to believe, like, You know, when you think of merging, you think of banks, you think of corporations, you think of things like that. So let's think of things merging in a good way that's celebratory and high frequency. Okay? So what's driving this? There's going to be abundance. That's going to be highly emotional. There's going to be a lot of options and resources brought into our awareness. That's going to be highly emotional. And we're going to be hyper focused on this. You know, we're going to be hyper focusing on this, all these new things, and hyper focusing on the information and healing that, and hyper focusing on the merging of things that are high frequency, and hyper focusing on our choices and the new abundance. So there's going to be a lot of good stuff that we're hyper focused on, which is going to be creating a lot of different types of emotions, which is what they're saying when they're saying that, you know, moving forward the world over, it's going to be highly emotional in many ways. Good ways, sad ways, interesting ways, all sorts of ways. So we're going to go through a healing phase. Things are going to be very emotional. We're going to know the bad stuff. We're going to heal it. We're going to celebrate the good stuff. We're going to be very emotional, okay? So I said, all right, well, thank you so much for these messages. And now is there a little story you want to leave us with? So this is what I got for the little story, because that's the bigger story, right? And these are my little story layouts. So what I got for the story that they wanted to leave us with was that there's a lot of things. There's a lot of things that are happening right now. The magician has lots of tools. So there are a lot of things happening right now. And what we're doing is we're walking away from a way of life that doesn't serve us. And we're breaking new ground to look out at a new world. So with this magician, all of these things that are happening right now, you do understand some of them are real and some of them are not. And what we're doing is we're walking away from that which doesn't serve us. So we need to be discerning and not put all of our focus on all of these things that are meant to distract us and meant to keep us in an uproar or vibrating negatively. In fact, the best thing that we could do with the rumors, you know, if it's just stuff we're hearing and it's not stuff that we know to be factual, the best thing that we can do is to leave it behind and walk away from it, because it doesn't serve us to get caught up in rumors and lies and BS, right? So we want to walk away from those things that don't serve us, that keep us low vibrational. We want to break new ground, right? We're going to be breaking this new ground into this new world. So one of the things that we have to learn is to not be caught up in ego, focusing on things that aren't significant. You know, like focusing on the cocaine that was found at the White House. Clearly that's a distraction, that's a calm, that's some sort of timestamp. That's some sort of timestamp letting us know where we're at in the journey. You know what I'm saying? It's not significant in the higher frequency scheme of things, which is where we're moving towards. So we've got to learn to allow that ego sort of to go through a death, because our egos have been taught to pay attention to all of these distractions. The Kabbalah's taught us that. So it's up to us now to unlearn those behaviors, right? So yeah, we're wanting to break the new ground as we move into this world and leave that which does not serve us behind. So use your intuition when hearing all of these things that play right now. Does it really matter? Is it just a distraction? Do you think it's just to wake up the normies? Does it really matter? What is actually important? And leave that stuff that's not important behind. Leave it in the dust, you guys. And break that new ground. Pull in that higher frequency where you're only looking to find the stuff that does matter, and you're not allowing it to wreck you, right? Because a lot of the trickery is meant to keep us down, depressed, and overwhelmed, and not pursuing the things that matter, and not having the energy to fight for the things that do matter, because they keep us so overwhelmed. So anyway, I hope that you guys found a little value in this. I know it's not what I had said I would read on, but intuitively I felt like I should read on where we have been in the near past, where we are in this very moment, where we're going in the near future. And then with that highly emotional card, I obviously wanted a story around that, and then I wanted them to leave us off with a short story. So there's a lot of things at play right now with that magician. Walk away from that which does not serve you, break new ground, and really start looking at and envisioning this new world, because they're promising that to us, so we need to start living it in that way. That's why you first heard me read it to you in a way as this is what's coming, and then I flicked the switch and I turned it into how we maneuver with that same exact card read, right? So I hope that you guys found some value in this. The healing intentions are always set, you guys. Always, always, always. So if you want them, decree them for your highest and greatest good. Only and always stand in your power. Always stand in your power. And make your decrees for your highest and greatest good. When you do that, you walk away from anything that wouldn't want to serve you, right? You're walking away from lower vibrations. You're standing in your power. You're decreeing what you will and won't accept in this world. And that's really important, you guys. All right, so I'm sending you all very much love and tons of blessings. Until next time, you guys, take care.